Hey everyone, this is Malgazer returning with another installment to the Final Fantasy XIV playthrough. Last we played, we completed the entirety of the zone, the Azim Steppe. We helped the locals, at least one of the tribes, with a ritual combat called the Nadam in order for them to pretty much gain control till the next Nadam. And we are their champion as well. So the reason we did that is because the Lord of Doma, Lord Hien, decided that he wanted to return to Doma and take it back at the head of an army of the Al Ra, which is the race that pretty much get to deal with out here. So let's go and continue. We're talking to Magni. He is the leader of the Aroni or something like that. The sun is disinclined to entertain you at length. Speak your purpose in coming. Humble as ever. Should I be humble in the presence of inferiors? I am a child of Azim, and you are not. Your triumph in the Nadam does not raise you to such heights. Except I was like their champion, so it should. Batu will not be joining us. He was wounded in the Nadam. His hurts are grave and he requires rest, but he will walk again in time. Though it is no business of yours, such pity does not become a Han. We are not allies, traveler, far from it. The Nadam will come again, and with it our rule. I say again, why have you come? To bid us surrender the Dawn Thrall to the Maul? Nay, the Maul are beholden to the will of the gods, and they would not have us reside here. The Oronir and the Beduga may remain. We are for Yangsha, and wish to speak of your part in the coming war. Ah, the Domans and the Ironmen, I remember our pact. Sound the call, and the Oronir will answer. Well, glad am I to hear it. We have our preparations to attend to, but we'll send for you soon. Gods are kind. I am sure the Oronir will prove a great boon in the days to come. The look on his face. Of the dusk, a maiden gentle and ethereal, a dancer in the morning mist, and a warrior beside. Look in my eyes, child. Do you Azim? Are you my Nama? Maybe. I know not of what you speak, Brother Magni, but I am certain you are mistaken. Quite. We should get going right now. Yeah, thanks, Lise. Okay, so where am I going now? Oh, okay. Out. Come on, keep going. We're gonna go talk to the Dotharl. I got that teleport over there, didn't I? Yeah. Hello, Sadhu. We're talking to you about your role in the fight, too. The Han and his warriors. Greetings, my lady. We come to you on our journey south, bound for Yangsha, where our comrades await us. How fare you and yours in the wake of the Nadam? Many were wounded, some few to the death. Resplendent were their souls in the chaos. It was a good battle. A good day to die. Soon we will greet them again. And mayhap one who went from them also, before them also. Guess her seed is quickened in his lover. When the child is born, we shall see who waits behind its eyes. Already, we must look to the next Nadam. We must grow strong of body and mind, and your word will help us do so. Say the word, and we will fly to the field. Of that I have no doubt, for you are Datharl. There is one more thing we would ask of you. The magic you used to seal the passage to the south. Will you unmake them? That be your wish. When next we come together, it will be on a great battlefield against a common foe. I trust you will fight with the same fervor you demonstrated during the Nadam. Ah, and you, Ancient One, will be the demon I know you to be. Aught less would be a disappointment. Okay, so now we can actually go south. Alright. Sorry about that. Dr. Serena. Excuse me. Lingering cough. Sounds like a zone in Final Fantasy. Sadu Hatun has done her part. The passage will deliver you to Doma. It is here we must part ways, until the day you call us to battle. It won't be long, I know, but take care of yourself, Serena. Say your grandmother and the others again how much we appreciate everything they did for us. Oh, I will. I nearly forgot. I have another gift for you. It's a red, wait, is this a banner of the Mall tribe? It's not the most practical of gifts, but we nevertheless wish to present it to you. I do not fully understand what has befallen Doma or your homeland, Lise, but I do understand that you and yours have suffered terribly. The Mall place their faith in the gods, and in turn they shepherd us, they watch over and keep us. We pray they show you the same fervor. As it was in the Nadam, blood will be shed, your lands engulfed in a storm of fire and steel. Yet as it did here, it shall mark a new beginning there. May you ever walk into the Crimson, for in Crimson there is life, there is liberation. Thank you for your prayers, Serena. We shall remember them. Until we meet again. A banner to put in my house that I don't have because they're too expensive. Ooh. F Warrior, I'll put that one on. Right then, to the House of the Fierce, with me, my friends. I think in this next zone I don't have... Do I have all the flying? I do. But I don't have all the map. That's fine. We'll get it later. We'll work on that as we go. That's pretty. Dang. I have not used this herb before, but I recognize this place. The House of the Fierce should lie somewhere to the south. I will go on ahead to inform the sentries of our master's return. Or you can protect the master. Like your job. And whatever. Let's get as much of this map as I can, and then I'll go do that. Ah, whatever. I'll get more as we go along. I need to head that direction eventually anyway. Here we are. I wonder if they all are gathered inside, waiting, perhaps expecting a speech of some sort. Well, no matter. I shall have to do what I shall have to do.
Brothers and sisters, pray forgive me my absence. It has been far too long.
Lord Hian. Gosetsu told us of your trials and tribulations on the steppe. Would that I'd been present to witness your victory, my lord.
Our victory, Yugiri, owed as much to each of my stalwart comrades as it did to me. Now rise. I will not suffer this excess of formality any longer. Alphino and Alice Levieux, I presume? I'm told we owe you much. It is a pleasure to meet you both.
Got quiet.
The pleasure is ours, Lord Hian. Though we were born and raised a world apart, our values are one and the same. Freedom, justice, liberty. Each of which Doma shall soon enjoy once more.
Hopefully. I understand you have brought an army.
Indeed. The Zayla tribes of the Azim Steppe have pledged their military might to the cause.
Good. We, meanwhile, have secured the support of the Confederacy and a not insignificant number of your countrymen. The Blue Kojin, too, have expressed a willingness to join the fight, provided you agree to certain trade agreements following the liberation of Doma.
The shinobi will render what aid they can. However, Suino Sato refused to answer our call.
No matter. What forces we have amassed far exceed my original expectations. You have my thanks.
You should know that Xenos departed Doma not long before he left to find Lord Hian. We know not the reason why, but it would seem he was eager to return to Gir Abania.
What? Have you heard anything from the Resistance? There hasn't been another attack, has there?
Tataru assures me they are quite well. You need not worry. If anything, this turn of events would seem to be...
Excuse me.
But there the good news ends. Yotsuyu retains her position as acting viceroy, and we have reports that the garrison at Doma Castle is preparing for a massive operation. We suspect that the Empire's attempt to eliminate you on the steppe may have been a prelude to a larger effort to purge the remaining pockets of resistance within Doma.
The hour of reckoning is upon us.
And victory will soon be ours.
The Khan has spoken, and I, for one, am not inclined to argue. In this place, in this moment, I call upon you all. 25 years of oppression, of tyranny, of shame. It ends with us. We will prevail.
Alright, there we go. Alright, Alphino, once more welcome back. It is good to see you again, Malchezair. Ah yes, there's another recent development we neglected to share with you. Alizé have been hard at work attempting to restore the Eighth Rite here to its former glory, and I am pleased to inform you that we succeeded. Suffice it to say, it should prove a boon for travel. Well, for those replete with anima like you, at least. I'm gonna go grab that before I do anything else. Okay, back to it. I imagine you were eager to hear the particulars of our plan. Allow me a moment to gather everyone's attention. Looked up its voice acted again. It was a pretty important thing.
If all are in agreement, I will outline my plan to retake Doma Castle. First, Lys and the Doman Irregulars will conduct a series of raids against Imperial targets throughout the surrounding area, with the aim of drawing the garrison's attention. Shortly thereafter, our Zayla allies will launch a surprise attack on the castle's airborne defenses. In this way, we will prevent the enemy's airships from rendering support and cut off one means of escape. Alizé and I, together with the shinobi, will exploit the ensuing chaos to infiltrate the moon gates and disable the Magitech field generators. Once the barrier is down, we will be free to cross the One River and reach Doma Castle. It is at this point that we must turn to our Confederate and Kojin allies. They will commence to bombard the castle with cannon fire, while sailing west towards the Doman Enclave.
Wait, the Enclave? Why would you want them to sail away from the castle?
Because the Enclave is home to countless civilians. Once pressed, the Imperials may well think to take them hostage, and I would fain forestall any such attempt. After we have secured the Enclave, we may lay siege to Doma Castle directly. The main strength of the Doman Liberation Front, under Lord Hien's command, shall be committed to this endeavor, as will you and your redoubtable allies. The rest is simple. We scour the castle for the Viceroy, we find her, and we subdue her. Without their leader, what remains of the Imperials' morale will crumble, and they will surrender or attempt to flee. And Doma will be free. Your thoughts, Lord Hien? If any points were unclear or gave you cause for concern, I should be glad to go over them with you.
Nay, 'tis a fine plan. You have a talent for this. That much is plain. We shall carry out Alphino's plan to the letter. Time is of the essence, as you know, so let us each see to our respective preparations. Carry on.
I'm prepared. Can we just go? Dang it. So we're just going to go right for it? Alright, Lord Hien. There is no shortage of tasks which must needs be completed before we can launch our attack. If you have a moment, perhaps you could lend a hand. That said, I've only just returned. It would be better for you to speak with Alphino to find out how you might be of service. Or could I just talk straight with him? Trying to keep busy, full glad am I to hear it. There is one task which comes to mind. As explained during my briefing, Alizé and I will need to infiltrate the moon gates and disable the Magitech field generators. Though I pride myself on my knowledge of various subjects, I must confess I lack confidence in my knowledge of this particular one, which is why I turned to an expert, Sid. I have been conversing with Sid via Tataru, attempting to ascertain the design of the generators based on our limited intelligence. Most recently, he sent a parcel of some documents which he believes may be of use. I would like for you to go to Kugane and bring them back here. In the meantime, I will continue to work with our shinobi allies to plot a path into the gates. Safe travels, Malkazer, and thank you again. We're going to go back to the city. These blue quests. What does this one unlock? Is it like obvious? No. I'm just gonna Google this one real quick. I think I already looked at this one before, didn't I? Yeah, that's right, I did. That's the one that allows you to get to the player housing of this city. Bizarre. Malgazer, what are you doing here? I thought you were fighting nomads in the Nazim steppe. Oh, you beat them. Good show. A shame I didn't get to see it. Alphino has been keeping me apprised of the situation in Doma. I may not be any good in a physical fight, but in a paperwork fight, I'm the true Khan. Yes, true Han. There's a K in it, I'm sorry. Here, for the parcel Sid sent, right? Wait a moment, and it'll be it right out. It arrived not long ago. A porter delivered it to our offices, along with various other knickknacks from Eorzea. Sid regrets that he couldn't come here in person. Apparently his hunt for the dragon and Omega demands his full attention, you see. Still, he was reasonably confident that the documents he provided would be enough for Alpha to do the work himself. So as soon as that parcel gets here, we can open it up and see what's inside. It's just a sign that says good luck. Okay. Pardon the interruption, but the parcel in question, was it the one you placed on the shelf in the back for safekeeping? I believe so, yes. Why do you ask? Well, you see, in closer inspection, said parcel appears to have been addressed to the Sekisegumi barracks. Though it does indeed bulge with a quantity of paper reminiscent of a rather large instruction manual, the lingering scent of lilac leads me to conclude it is in fact a sizable collection of love letters. What? Impossible. The porter was carrying a parcel addressed to us. I saw the writing with my own eyes. Oh, I do not doubt that in the least. However, as he was tasked with the number of deliveries, I can only presume that he handed you another parcel by mistake. Easy work. This is a disaster. We have to find that porter right this instant. Why, she can move quickly when she has a mind to. So quickly she neglected to take those love letters with her. They too must be redirected to the rightful recipient. Here, I'm going to give you nothing. Now, they should also aid you in tracking down the right porter. They keep records of their deliveries and so forth, after all. The man in question was of middling height and build, not unlike myself. Black hair, short, terribly helpful in Kugane, I know, a cheery sort, wearing bright colors, as I recall. I will send a few of my men out to search, but in the meantime, why don't you take the parcel and see if you can't track him down yourself? I will wait here on the off chance he realizes his mistake and returns. I guess. Search Kugane for the overworked porter. That's what it says, overworked porter. Gonna be over by that recruit. Uno momento. That'll help. Kind of warm in here. Okay, so let's see if we can find this guy. Adult assistant. Yeah, that'll help us. Oh dear, I misplaced some most important documents, and if we do not find them quickly, there will be dire repercussions. No, it is nothing so scandalous and base. My lord is a man with singular dietary restrictions, which I've detailed in my notebook. I cannot purchase produce without it. This is overworked porter. Maybe that's his actual name. Watch him be in this back alley over here. Now look, an overworked porter. Good evening to you, sir, but I have no time to chat. I have to head to the Cairo. Or was it the hostelry? Bah, no time, no time. Huh? I recognize that parcel. I delivered to the Ruby Czar not long ago. What of it? It's the we get the wrong mistake. Mistake? For the Sekisei Gumi, you say? Ah, you're right. How stupid of me. Fortunately, I have yet to visit the barracks. This is for you, yes? I will take the other in exchange. Alright, good. The name of the quest, How Totaro Got Her Groove Back. Now very appropriate, or not so much. Alright, Dr. Totaro. I'm sorry I couldn't find him. I guess we just have to hope he realizes his mistake and returns soon. That's it, that's the parcel. You found him. I'm good. Though knowing our luck, Sid put the wrong papers in here. Nope, this is it. These are the documents detailing the operation of the Magitech field generations Alphino requested. I can only imagine what would have happened had we sent Malchezaar back to Domo with a parcel full of love letters. Look on Alphino's face when he reads the first page. On second thought, I'm a little disappointed we didn't. Everyone's working so hard to fight for Domo's freedom, and here I am, making the same silly mistakes. It won't happen again, Malchezaar, and I'll keep working hard to bring you and the others useful information. If we hear anything new, we'll contact you straight away. Oh, and you may be pleased to hear that we have brokered an arrangement between the company and the Confederacy. They require armaments we provide, discreetly and at a reasonable price. Ooh. I'm sure Lolorito was pleased to hear it. Ah, indeed he was, indeed he was. Well, it seems our time together is at an end. Give Alphino and Alize my regards, will you? That's... Oh, okay. I was wondering, like, it costs 200 to teleport there, but 400 to teleport back. Because I marked it as a favored spot, so it's cheaper. Worth it. Oh, seems like just yesterday you were here. Our plans proceed apace. Do we have the documents? Excellent. This looks to be exactly what we need. Assuming our shinobi escort can see us safely inside the moon gate, I should have no trouble deactivating the barrier. Good, good. One less thing to worry about. Should you wish for further development, mayhap you could speak with Alize. I believe she is planning to search the surrounding area for Imperial patrols. If you go now, you may be able to catch her before she departs. Alphino told you about my plans, and you wish to come with me? Well, far be it from me to refuse you. If truth be told, I'm not entirely sure what I expect to find. In the wake of your failed assassination attempt, the Imperials demonstrated uncharacteristic restraint. There were no public executions, and not a single village was put to torch. But, as I mentioned earlier, our latest intelligence does suggest a purge is imminent. For all we know, they could be out in the field even as we speak, surveilling their targets and making plans. If so, we need to put a stop to it. Let us begin our search in the north. Uno momento. Perfect. Okay. Mount. I'm glad I went the right way. Search for Imperial patrols south of Prism Lake. Is that what this is called? Prism Lake? Actually. Now I'll have my chocobo to fight with me. Yays! I'll quiet for now. Follow me to the next location. Why'd they be way over here? No Imperial patrols near our headquarters then. Good. Last thing we need is a repeat of Valkyr's Reach. Even so, it would be prudent to search a little longer. Not exactly the enemy I was worried about. Damn it all. I can't just leave the carcass lying in the middle of the road. Gotten stronger. Next to you, I feel like a child playing at swords and sorcery, though mayhap it suits me better than books. I owe much to a Mukote who I met on my travels. He was a master of these techniques, and kindly agreed to teach me the fundamentals. But I never could warm to common rapiers. I vastly preferred using a blade of my own creation, despite the toll it took on me. Orionje's gift was a godsend, to be honest. Anyway, we're falling behind. We just split up and tried to recoup some lost time. We've heard rumors of Imperial soldiers skulking about disguised as villagers. One was supposedly spotted near the Ribbons, to the south of here. Go and see if there's anything out of the ordinary. The Ribbons, you say? What if you actually get a ribbon in this game? Because ribbons usually in Final Fantasy is an item you equip that makes it so you are immune to all status effects. Haunted Elder. Oh, hello there, young man. My associates and I are in search of fertile soil for farming, and last night caught our eye. You doubt my words? You suspect we have some other purpose in coming here. How vexing is it to be questioned in this manner? Very well, he desires the truth, and he shall have it. Deal with him. I like how they did their AoEs, but there are no markers. I saw them attack you while this one fled. Since you seem to have everything in hand, I decided to capture him. An Imperial, I presume? I knew it would come to this, but at the hands of a Westerner, a Doma would at least know the rights. You think you understand, but you do not. She will burn it all before she surrenders. Never kneel again. Nor should she. Alcazar! Oh, there he is. Yeah, I'm talking to. Or is that him? Rest assured, the Nauri will receive due compensation. Young Asahi has great potential. That much is plain. If he applies himself, he may one day be granted the opportunity to go to Garlemald and learn from some of the leading authorities in the field of magitech. Few citizens are afforded such treatment, however, much less people of the provinces. You will need to do more. Oh, of course. I have no doubt that we shall. My husband and I only want the best imperial education for our boy. Finish planting the rice, mother. Not while the officer is here, Yatsuyu. Inside. Now. Yes, mother. You did not mention that you had a daughter. My sister's, not mine. Call me rest her soul. She is utterly hopeless, but one cannot choose one's family. Indeed, she is of age to receive an education as well, is she not? Yet we have no records. Trust and need not remind you of your legal obligations. No, of course not. But she is weak and sickly, and some days she has not had that strength to leave her bed. Though a thought occurs to me. Mayhap we can come to an understanding. That was a near thing. He was just going to punch me. What happened? We were talking, and then all of a sudden you were out somewhere else. Did one of those soldiers hit you in the head or something? Oh, I had the echo thing. An echo. There you go. An echo. Well, if you say so, we should go tell the others what happened here. Aha, the entrance is actually pretty obvious when you think about it. I'm surprised the Imperials haven't found it. Not like it's super well hidden or anything. Thank you. You didn't have to come with me, but you did. For that I am grateful. I told the others of our encounter with the disguised soldiers. Though we dispose of the bodies, it is not only a matter of time before their comrades note their absence. As if we needed any more reason to act quickly. Are you sure you're alright, by the way? You've been awfully quiet since we returned. I'd tell you to rest and leave the rest to the others, but seeing as that isn't in your nature, Lise returned about a moment ago, looking a bit worried. It would seem that trouble is afoot in Namai. You may as well go and ask her about it. As for me, I would not impose upon you any further. We barely got enough armor as it is, huh? Oh, you're here to help? That's a relief. I've been trying to help the villagers in Namai get ready for the operation, but we've run into a few problems. You remember how we're supposed to stir up trouble as a diversion, right? Well, the thing is, we don't have enough armor to go around. I thought the Doman Liberation Front would be able to furnish us with some, but it seems that's not the case. I was about to go and tell Asa. Why don't you come too? Oh, wrong one. I'll just teleport. Save myself a few seconds. Oh, you're here too. I heard about the soldiers you and Alize encountered. I'm glad you're alright. Right then. Word travels fast. Asa, we've gathered up all the rope in the village we can find. And every tool with an edge, but it's still not enough. Even a hoe would suffice, but there are no more to spare. Thank you, Chigusa. Ryo-san could use a hand if there's nothing else. As for more tools, I may have some in my home. Go and search it. Take whatever meets your needs. I've been stashing tools. I made enough rice balls for everyone, including some special ones for Lady Yugiri. Can I go and give them to her? You silly girl, of course you can. Hurry, you never know when she'll have to leave on a secret mission. Sorry about that. Everyone's been trying to contribute since Lord Hien returned. There's so much to worry about. You're doing well, Issa. Though I have to ask, have you had any luck finding more armor? Unfortunately, no. Unlike weapons, there are no substitutes for proper protection. It's not as though we need full suits of Imperial plate, but we're not soldiers. If we attack without any equipment, we'll be slaughtered. The Doman Liberation Front doesn't have any armor to spare. I suppose we could ask Hancock. There's no telling how long it would take for him to send us supplies. Do you have any armorers in the village, or anyone with a skill to fashion armor? There's one man, a craftsman who fled the Enclave. He is experienced and may be able to help. I don't know if I can persuade him to, though. Maybe you two could come do it with me? His name is Suranaki and he lives in Kusakari in the south. Come with me. I'm gonna fly there. I don't want to walk all the way down there. Ahaha. Who are these starry-eyed youths who stand before me? Ones who sing of rebellion, of liberation? Ha ha ha. Surely they would not think to trouble me with some such foolish dreams. I'll go and say what you will, but do not take offense if I die from laughter. Ha ha ha. A jerk. Bum, 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 bum. Say again? You would have me fashion armor for villagers who wish to find Imperial regulars? Oh ha ha. Mad fools charging boldly to meet their deaths. Bring me steel, and I shall give them shells to shield their soft bellies. Yes, yes, full plates of steel, all that you can carry. Better to shield them from the blade and bullet. If only it were so simple, Master Suranaki. Steel plates are not so easily procured. Blind, deaf, and dumb you are, boy. We are awash in broken steel. Magitek great cylinders come crashing to the earth from on high. Shatter them to bits with my explosives. They will not fail you, for I made them to kill Imperials. Bring me my steel, and you'll have your armor. Well, it's not like we know any other armorers who can help. At least we get to blow things up. What if I was an armorer? Would I be able to help? Wonder if they like made it that intricate. Use me. Oh, I couldn't do it because I was on my mount. Takes forever to pick up metal. That was faster. Yeah, it was much faster. Dang. That was quite a bit of pieces. 5, 6, and we pick up all of them. Okay. Come on. Lists they all don't take forever. Deliver the armor plating. Let's do this. You have the mini plates of steel I demanded? Show me. Wahaha, then you are committed to your cause. Dressing villagers as soldiers and marching off to war. Stupid, stupid fools. Doma is dead, and so are her people. Lord Kai and Lord Hien all dead. Oh, I missed that last one. It was Lord Kain who saved us, who spared us the worst when the Garleans came. Every shred of pride and honor he cast aside, without a second thought, all to win their trust, all to serve as their puppet, restored to his throne years later, a paper tiger. Such shame he must have felt, but no matter, he would suffer it for his people. A life as slaves is better than none at all, he believed, but not us. After my lady died, he began to whisper into his ears dreams of freedom and liberation. We pushed him to take action, if only a little. 10 years of preparation, of machinations, so careful we would be, and yet, Doma burned for our foolishness. Not for that Lord Kain. Mons and the Enclave, they were raised for our sins. We murdered them all, don't you see? We murdered you all. You're wrong, Master. We are still here. We are still alive. Lord Kain lives on, in our hearts and in his son, for Lord Hien has returned. Lord Hien? Alive? It cannot be. You lie, you lie. Truth, Hien came back to Doma to help her fight for freedom. Could it be? My Lord Hien yet lives? Oh, he's gonna cry now. Oh, determination. Bands of steel to bind the chest and belly. Yes, I must heat the forge and begin work at once. 10, 100, how many do you need? All that and more you shall have. Yeah. Not as good as the weapon I have. Oh, that's right, because I got the special one from the set. Even after 25 years of oppression, they still have it in them to stand up and fight. We must have to show them the way forward. Issa and I will stay and help Suranaki finish the armor, so you've no need to wait around. Why not go back to the House of the Fierce? I'm sure there's plenty of work left to be done. Ask about and see what you can find. We're on Doma within. Oh dang, everything's freezing. Uh-oh. Well, that was ridiculous, but we're back. Go ahead and pick up where we left off. Everything is in order, sir. Under Lord Gosetsu's sage tutelage, we grow stronger by the day. You don't need my help. Help? Oh, no. I will not impose upon you without cease. Rest assured that everything is in its place and everything is fine. I require no assistance, comrade. Lord Hien's instructions to me are quite clear. I need only transcribe them for the benefit of our Zala allies. Speaking of Lord Hien, if you were eager to be of service, maybe you could seek him out. Keep an eye on him, perchance, should you decide to venture outside. Let me guess. Someone asked you to act as my protector? Ah, to hear them mutter, one would think I intended to stride up to the castle gates on my own. The truth, of course, is less dramatic. I had hoped to look on the castle one last time before the battle. Would you care to join me? It'll be setting a lot of fretful minds at rest. Alright, let's do it. Very good. Then let us depart for Monzin at once. Yay! I get to go to an area that I have not visited yet. Okay. Got quite a bit. Monzin was home to many great and powerful families, men of honor, samurai, once. Great swaths were raised and people were put to the sword. What little remains stands as a testament to what was and what will never be again. Come, I will take a closer look. Most centuries, at least of the living sort, these shambling suits of armor have the run of the place. But I think it was once a bustling street still full of life, a river of people with a current all its own. But even then the Imperials walked among us, sometimes openly, sometimes discreetly, but we were always aware of their presence, and we were complicit. He did what he had to do to preserve the peace, keep our people safe, but at what cost? You're gonna hit me. Good. I was gonna sit there, Hien. Alright, let's try this again. Forgive me, this is neither the time nor the place for such dark musings, though they did serve to remind me of the barracks of which once stood to the west of here, where there may be weapons, yet be weapons our comrades could use. If you head down the street past those makeshift barricades, you will come to the ruins. I will search elsewhere. Meet me at the water's edge when you have finished. Wait a second. I can just walk through here? Why do we need to worry about these gates? Oh, for boats and stuff. I'm gonna go south just a little bit more. This map. point. Maybe get that too. Just get it all done so we can move on. There we go. Alright, so I have the entire map. There's Doma Castle. Anything shiny? Something over here. I found one weapon. Alas, I found not a value, did you? Still sheathed in its scabbard. Though even shielded from the elements, it will need to be cleaned and oiled. I recognize the crest. It belonged to the son of the samurai I trained with when I was young. Never even had a chance to draw it. There she is, Doma Castle, my home. They let us keep her for a time before gradually moving their forces to cross from Afuminus. Now her every court and corridor belongs to Yatsuyu. The father spent much of his time here. I did not. I may have only visited him there on a half a dozen occasions, if that. I cannot remember. But I remember the view from the keep. Doma seemed so much smaller from there, like you could hold it in your hands. Well, Monzen at least. Doma is so much more than that. There beyond the Moo Gates, onto the shores of the Ruby Sea, and here in the places that no man can see or touch or take from you. We carry her with us, wheresoever we go. Not the land or the soil, but the story. And what is life if not a story? The story of our journey from dawn to dusk, day after day after day. The story of our mothers and our fathers, our families and our friends, our peoples and our nations. I think a part of me understood that when I looked out for the keep. Ian Sonokayan, another caretaker of the story of Doma. It's a fine castle, truly, even with an even finer view. But in the end... Kami strike me down. How could I be so blind? We must return to the House of the Fierce at once. I have had what can only be described as a revelation. Ours is an excellent plan, but not so excellent as that cannot be improved, and I know how. Alright. Okay. That shield is way weaker. I mean, it'll be synced whenever I go into anything, but... outside of anything, it's actually pretty dang strong. On second thought, Malchazar, I ask you to return to the House of the Fierce without me and tell Alphino to call the others together for a meeting. It is imperative that the Collegian emissary be in attendance as well. I shall join you anon. I would have been faster to mount up, but whatever. Lord Hien wishes to discuss the details of our plan. Very well, if he insists, I shall summon the others at once. As for the Kojin, I believe one of their emissaries is already en route. Nevertheless, I shall contact them to make certain.
May I present the Blue Kojin's emissary?
Greetings and well met, old friends. The Elder sends his regards.
Soroban, it's good to have you with us.
If If you might humor me. Thank you for coming, sir. Doubtless you have already been informed of our plans and the role we would have your people play. However, I seek your counsel as a Korjin of the Blue. Be it by spell or siegecraft, could your forces destroy the underwater foundations of Doma Castle's outer wall?
Explosives coupled with a few incantations. Yes, that might produce sufficient force. Such a thing could indeed be done.
Then I wish to revise the plan. Instead of assisting the Confederacy in securing the Enclave, I would have the Korjin advance upstream beneath the water and breach a segment of the outer wall. I mean to flood Doma Castle.
My lord, the castle is a sacred symbol, the very heart of our nation. To destroy it is unthinkable, unconscionable. You cannot do this.
I can and I will if it improves our chances. By flooding the castle, we remove the better part of their forces from the field and force Yotsu to retreat to the highest levels of the keep. Tell me that is not a worthwhile trade.
But my lord, that castle was entrusted to you by your father and his father before him. I say to you again, it is the heart of our nation.
Stone walls do not a nation make, my friend. Her people do. And as long as we yet live, we can rebuild. So let us only think of this battle, of victory here and now. For without that, we have no future.
I see that you are resolved, Lord Hien, and I would not presume to gainsay your decision.
I will inform the Elder of your revised stratagem and instruct our sappers to make ready.
Our preparations are all but complete. Once we receive word from our Korjin allies, we shall set our plans in motion. We shall fight, and we shall prevail.
Everyone just leaves. Edie. No plan is perfect, and there is ever room for improvement. I expect my comrades will be refining their approach until the moment they begin. In case you are unaware, the other Jonin will lead the assault on the Moon Gates, not I. My place is at Lord Hien's side. If there's nothing else, I'll head back to Namai. Suranaki's working hard, and Lacey is doing what he can to help. I mean, maybe there's more that I can do too. You look a different person when you began hammering those plates. Younger, brighter, full of life and hope. Excuse me. The plan is set, and all that can be done has been done. Rest and relaxation are now paramount, for tomorrow we may die. Have you two not done enough? Will you not pause a moment to gather yourself on the eve of our grand design? Will not unaware battle with weary eyes or lingering regrets, my friend. Sorban informs me that his sappers will be ready within the day, which means that we can proceed as planned and attack Doma Castle tomorrow. Considering the key role you will play, I think it will only be prudently refrain from further labors and rest until tomorrow. Read? No rest for the righteous. True enough, true enough. When you have seen to your sundry tasks and you're ready to retire, pray you let me know. Oh, this is the whole hit the button, the right one, in order to move on. Far be it from me to refuse. We shall speak again in the morning. Take care, my friend. Now it begins.
You're awake. I was just, well, they threw me out, actually. Told me I needed to get some sleep. Ready for the big day. Not long now, eh? I'm nervous, of course, but I also feel like I didn't know where I was going, but maybe, finally, something's gonna change, you know? Really, really change. And when the dust has settled, we'll see what we've won, and what we've lost. I'm going to give it my all tomorrow. Everything I've seen and felt, I won't let it be for nothing. Right, off to bed. Don't want to overdo it, and neither should you. Oh, but before you sleep, you should look in on Elfino and Alize. Quietly, of course.
Isn't that cute?
Ha! Another restless soul. Come, come. Raise a glass to freedom.
Good. Good. I should be interested to know his thoughts on the matter.
Ah, that's enough, Gosetsu. You'll not convince anyone with your drunken ramblings.
He's getting drunk before battle. Awesome.
We've told you, all of us. We are flooding the castle tomorrow, and that's the end of it.
I know. I accepted your decision, and I do not intend to go back on my word. Nevertheless, as the battle draws near, I cannot help but recall our many travails, and it fair compels me to speak. In all my time serving as a leader of men, there are two failures which haunt me to this day. The first, a defeat at the hands of the Empire 25 years past, and the subsequent imprisonment of your father. Long did I consider offering up my life in atonement, until Lord Kyan allowed at last to receive visitors called for me, of all people, for my unborn child. He said, "For my dearest Shun, live." My second failure, of course, was the betrayal of that self-same command. When in the rebellion I failed to protect not only Lord Kyan, but Lord Hien too. That I yet live, having known such disgrace, is an affront to the Kami themselves. Yet you, all of you, So fear grant this shameful creature, this failure, another chance to serve a greater purpose. Thank you for pitying an old fool.
Now, it is far too soon for that. Save your tears for the morrow. You may be sure we will have ample cause to shed them, be they for joy or despair. Even that sounds morose. We who yet walk the path should not think too much on the destination. When the hour arrives, we shall welcome what comes with open arms. He is right about one thing, though. We have you and yours to thank for this chance. All debts will be repaid. On that you have my word. But first we must live past tomorrow, no? If you've no intention of sleeping, Yugiri, you may as well join us.
He's too smart for you. He knows you're there.
Forgive me, my lord. I did not mean to... if that is your will.
All right, time to get this show on the road. There he is. I trust you were none the worse for the wear for last night. We received confirmation of the Kojin not long ago. Their sappers stand at the ready and await our signal. Let us not keep them and the others waiting. Gather your things. Depart at once. Yeah, let's do this. Alphano, instruct Elise and the others to move into position and launch their attack. Our scouts report no change in the Imperial's disposition, but I would leave nothing to chance. We must act quickly, lest we lose the element of surprise. Understood. I will relay your orders to her and rejoin my unit. Setsu and Yugiri will wait the two of you at Monzin. Good luck, my friends. I'll see both of you again soon. Excuse me. Sneezy tonight. Hey, Midgard Stormer. There they are. There's the Castrum Fluminus.
Understood. Wish us luck. Right. You all know what you have to do. Are you ready?
Yes. Ready to show them what a good job they made of breaking us.
Then what are you waiting for? Move out!
Why must we waste our time guarding this blasted...
Sound the alarm! Fluminus is under attack! Armed insurgents have breached the perimeter! We need reinforcements!
Wrecked.
This is Lee's. Imperial forces converging on our position. Looks like we've got their attention. We'll be sure to keep them busy for as long as we can.
Blah, 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 blah. Bum, bum. Ready for some copyright claim.
War. To wield power to make men kneel before you. There is no better feeling.
Isn't there?
A pity I must share this pleasure with a feral dog of a Dothal.
Preening, Oreneer. You fear that she will put the sun in shade. Those are for you. Go, claim your prey.
Get him. Couldn't have planned that any better.
Come to me! Come to your death! With each that falls, my soul soars higher!
Swiftly, brothers! Fall not behind! Make an offering of their steel to Father Azim!
They seem to be enjoying themselves.
My lord, the barrier!
That it should fall so soon! Truly, our allies are determined to surpass each other.
We're pretty cool.
The Magitech field is down. I repeat, the Magitech field is down. Confederate vessels, you are clear to advance upon the Enclave.
Did the Kojin do their job? Yes, they did.
The wall is breached. The Kojin too will not be outdone.
Our allies have set the stage. Now we must take the castle.
You mean me and my buddies?
With me.
Buddies. Yeah. Uh-oh.
My lady, the riverside wall has been breached. The lower levels are already flooded and the water is still rising.
So I gathered. You would tear the whole thing down, all for the promise of freedom. A noble sacrifice, or the lastest for flailings ever free. Speaking of which, how fares my route?
The procedure was carried out as instructed by Lord Owless. By all indications, it was a success.
Is that so? Then he may yet be of some use. Devotees of vengeance should rightly pursue their cause unto the bitter end, don't you think? Their hearts aflame with passion until the last few embers fizzle and fade, leaving naught but ash.
He whispers too much. She's too quiet. You may have to read what she says, sorry.
Viceroy's orders were clear. If Doma falls, none shall be spared. Tell the men to fight as if their lives depend on it. As they do.
As you command, my lady.
Again they come to make you kneel, to make you grovel and suffer. But you have endured their worst and survived. You know their tricks. They will not find a flower simply waiting to be plucked.
There can be no doubt the Viceroy is trapped, and so comes our part. Our Kojin allies will deliver us to our destination, to the Western Dock. Do not forget to bring your fellow adventurers, Malchus. I can't bring them until you give me the access to the dungeon. To the duty. Greetings and well met, my friends. Come aboard, come aboard. There's room enough for you all. Malgazer, that we might improve chances odds of success, we will divide into 2 parties upon arrival, one comprising of you and your adventurer comrades, and the other Kosetsu, Yugiri, and myself. Each will enter the keep via separate route, dispatching any Imperial forces that attempt to bar their path. Even should one meet with misfortune, the other will reach out to you. Agreed? Let us be about it. Odoma! There it is. So, while we wait for our 12-minute average wait time over here, which is ridiculous. Who out there's watching? How's everyone tonight? $12 How? I'm looking for like sightseeing locations. How far over can I go? These lines on the minimap that show how far you can go. Can't go all the way in. Yep. Invisible walls. What? Okay. 12-minute average time. Let's go for a minute and a half, maybe. That was pretty nice, actually. Getting a little dizzy there. Somebody named this little Skyrim Tony. Ridiculous. Those guys are dying slow. We have a bard and a black mage. Okay. A lot of smaller hits, but they do add up. Should have done that right where I knocked in, slowed everyone down. No treasure chest as of yet. Oh, not shortly enough. Alright, first boss time. Obviously stay out of the lasers, and then those guys that fly across explode when you get near them, it looks like. The safe area keeps getting smaller and smaller. Oh, it looks like he shoots things randomly over the sides. Alrighty. Oh, nice. Because I guess with my entire set, it doesn't come with a chess piece. Wish we could destroy these cannons, or maybe even use them. Handy dandy explosion. Crack open that wall. I tried to get in there to help you, but you ran away. Looks like those are more permanent zones. They last a few seconds. Pretty interesting. It was stronger, but it actually... What? Looked like it actually knocked down my points. Arrive at the Hall of the Scarlet Swallow. All right, let's see who the boss is. Eorzi and Eorzin come out to play. Dearest of all my enemies, I have new toys to show you. Oh, it's that dude. That's a pretty cool weapon, though. Looks like it'd be heavy as heck. Hypertune Granawatts. I can move out of a chainsaw. Get far away from that as possible. They'll still hurt us, but the further away, the less it hurts. Oh. Now we'll get some Zelda stuff in here. Come on, somebody to heal them to break it. Oh, and I will. We go together to... Sweet. 2 commendations. All right.
Have you aught to say for yourself? For what you have done to our people? Your people?
My people, he says. The precious lordling beloved by all, come to confront the wicked witch. My parents taught me no better. They woke me from dawn to dusk like an ox or an ass or some other beast of burden. Until, that is, my brother spied a chance to transform the family fortunes. And so I was married to a vicious old drunk, who beat me as he pleased. And when I pleaded for help, I was told to grin and bear it. For the family, for him, for everyone's sake. They pretended not to notice, but they knew. They knew! What did it matter? I was nothing to them. Less than nothing. I wasn't of their flesh. I wasn't a fellow Domon. I wasn't even a person. I might just as well have been dead. And then my husband passed away one day. And so I was sold off yet again to pay his debts. But this time, I found a way to live for myself. To survive as a spy for the Empire. Oh, those were the days when the scales first fell from my eyes. No longer would I be a slave to my parents or my husband or the pleasure house. I would be free and receive due compensation. That would be enough, I thought. Until I saw a doorman in the road, beaten and broken. And my heart skipped a beat. Lying at my feet, groaning in agony, sobbing in despair. Powerless, helpless, hopeless. A vision forever seared into my soul. Oh! There was nothing I would not do to feel that joy again. To bend this cruel, twisted world to my whims. Now, having borne witness to my life's work, have you aught to say to me? "'Twas kind of you to lend me your ear, my lord. But now it is time for us to conclude our little tete-a-tete with a final game of chance. Who shall stand, and who shall fall? Let the die be cast."
This was her plan from the first, to bring the keep down on our heads.
Get her hen.
I will remember your words. We must flee. Order our forces to withdraw.
My lord! While you still can! I cannot hold it forever!
No! We will not leave you behind!
Do your duty! Deliver Lord Hien and the others to safety! Now! Forthwith! I shall manage on my own!
He's holding up an entire roof of a building. He's strong, but I don't know.
No. No one leaves. Not you or anyone else.
this old friend cannot bear. Go now, all of you! The day is won, and the morrow beckons.
Poor Gosetsu. This isn't over.
Do not despair, my friend. Never before have I felt so alive. My eyes unclouded, my purpose clear. This is right.
Gosetsu. You never failed us. Not once. You served my father faithfully. And I'm a better man for your guidance. And the Doma we build together shall be better for it too. Be proud, my friend. Be proud.
I am, Shun. More than you know.
Hien! Hien!
Cast the die. Gambling was never my vice.
Bye, Gosetsu. Sorry, man. But well done.
Oh, merciful the gods that I should find you in time. Kosetsu? We must turn back now before it is too late.
Eyes forward, Summoner. That was his wish.
I will deliver you to safety. The others are waiting.
Alphano. I see. Quick 2 lines for no reason. Thank you. The occupation is ended then, and the people must be informed of our victory. But we will not simply give up Gosetsu for lost. Before aught else, we must needs search the ruins. Allow me, my friends. The castle is still collapsing to the river and could easily drag you to your deaths. I can navigate the waters easily without fear of drowning. So can I. I can breathe underwater now, can remember? Be reasonable, brother. You know he is right. No haste at all. Alcazar, a word if I may. My lord withdraws into himself, unable to turn his thoughts from the keep. He needs us now more than ever. My friends, I am returned. I swam as far into the ruins as I could. That was quick. Now he had haste. And, did you find him? Nay, lady. Naught remained of the keep for me to search. Undermined from below and shaken from above, the manner of its collapse was most unusual. The floor beneath him gave way before the rest. It is not impossible that he could have been sent tumbling into the river. The water is thick with silted debris. Despite my best efforts, I cannot find him. I am sorry. There is naught for which you should apologize. Thank you, Sorbonne, for taking it upon yourself to search. The castle is in ruins, and the people are eager to learn the fate of their nation. We leave at once. Are you sure, my lord? No. The day is won, and the morrow beckons. It falls to us to greet it. Lisa's like slowly gaining, like, she's leveling up so she can help her own country. I'm going down the docks to see if I can't get one of the Confederate ships to take us to the Enclave. Mayhap we should tell the others at the House of the Fierce to gather there? Magnai and Sadu know not of what happened in the castle. I will go and tell them. They fought valiantly and with honor, Cyrano. I pray you tell them that as well. You too, my friend, were instrumental in this triumph. I must insist that you be present when we bring these tidings to my people. Shadow's gonna get you. Here it comes. Oh. No. Can I escape the shadow? I don't think I can. Oh well. There it goes. Better dude. What's up, Tansui? You all look like shite. The captain thought you might need a rider to the Enclave. Ready to come aboard? Let's go. On you go then. Sit wherever you like. I don't know what happened in there, but it's over. You won. That's cause enough for celebration, and those people you're about to see need something to celebrate.
We brought everyone here. You were the last to arrive.
I see. Thank you. We owe the Confederacy a great debt.
I have waited 25 years for this moment. You owe us naught. Look! It's Lord Hien!
Lord Hien!
It's him! He lives! He lives!
Some few words of encouragement would not go amiss, my lord.
Right. Yes, of course.
I'm not good at speeches. You're the Lord, remember. Stand tall.
Forgive me. This is rather more daunting than I had anticipated. But you are right. I must be strong. Wish me luck.
Fog's rolling in. The mist ninjas come. I turned around quick.
We are a sorry lot, are we not? Tired, dirty, stinking of blood and sweat and ash. A people pushed to the point of breaking. And yet, we won. The perseverance to endure decades of oppression. The will to carry on the legacy of those we have lost. These were the bonds that held us together and gave us the strength to reclaim our home. After 25 hard years, the shadow of the Empire no longer darkens these lands, and we may at last look forward to the dawning of a new day. But, my friends, it will be a day of work.
Smile.
So I ask you, have you yet the strength to stand? To rise up with me once more, here and now, and begin to rebuild our homeland?
Everyone stood up immediately.
This will not end with Doma. We will see to that, right, Lise?
Right.
Yeah.
Indeed, this is but the beginning. The tide is turning, and it shall soon bear us back across the seas and onward and to the next battlefield.
Go all the way back. And I have to go around. Ridiculous. And I can't mount either. Even better. Enclave skiff captain. Do you want to leave? Yes. Hello, Alphano. Everybody. Are you quite certain you would not prefer to stay a while longer? There are sure to be festivities, at which you would be the guest of honor, like as not. No, let's get back over and help the other side. Very well, there are other ways in which we might celebrate, by rejoining the fight for the freedom in Gearbania, for one. Short though our time here has been, we have all come to regard this land and her people as our own, I think. But we have done that which we came here to do. Word of Doma's liberation will soon spread through the Empire, and we must seize this opportunity to rekindle the fires of liberation in the West. We dare not allow the Imperials a moment's respite, lest they march on Doma again. For the sake of all concerned, we should leave immediately. Did I hear you right? You're leaving? I'm afraid so. We've got our own battle to fight. What about you? Will you be heading back to the steppe? Yes, the war here is ended, and there is no cause to remain. The Oronir and Dotharl have already withdrawn. I will follow them anon, but I wish to bid you farewell first. The Blue too must return to their homes, but we will be back. Doma has need of merchants and builders, and we are eager to offer our services. And just like that, our grand fellowship is broken. With that ceremony or pomp, you steal off into the dark. No matter, we have plenty to be getting on with. Places to be, people to rob, and so on. And the captain never was one for mingling. I'm a pirate. Give me a song of the tavern and I'll be happy. Hobnobbing with Lord Nian? Nay. No taste for the finer things. In any event, we need not part ways here. If you are for Kugane, we would be happy to take you. Our waters have always been fruitful. I wish you well on your journey, my friends. May you ever walk in crimson. Thank you, Cyrena, for everything. May the Kami speed you on your way, until we meet again. Naught remains undone. You're ready to depart? We're ready. Kugane then. We didn't even get to say goodbye to Lord Hian. Oh well. Thank you for saving me a couple hundred gil by taking me there directly. Have everything? Good. We will need to weigh anchor before the Sekisei Gumi arrive. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you for what you did. Give my regards to the old Don. I informed Tataro of our coming. She and Hancock should be waiting for us at the Ruby Bazaar. Then it is here that we part ways. Best of luck to you and yours in your piratical endeavors, I suppose. I might as well just walk it. It's right up there. Yeah, there we go. Let's head back into the offices for the 15 millionth time. Welcome back, everyone, and congratulations on a job well done. It is a pleasure as ever to see your smiling face, Totaro. Less so yours, Hancock, though Rasho and I are sincerely grateful for your assistance. The pleasure was all mine, Mr. Alphano, I assure you. Anyway, we will be glad to hear that I have already chartered passage for you back to Limsa Laminza. The ship is ready to, it is to leave port this very day, but the captain has agreed to wait until the four of you are boarded. The four of us? You mean to stay here in Kugane? Yes, I gave it some thought, and I realized that even with Doma free, there's still a need for women in the middle. Even more than before, considering all the friends and alliances you made. As I told her many times before, I would be more than willing to assist you. And as I told you many times before, I'm not about to let you worm your way into our affairs and exploit our connections for your personal gain. Must you always presume the worst? Yep. So there you have it. I'll remain here for now. You needn't worry. I'm a regular at the hostelry and a half dozen other local institutions. Everyone loves me. Go. Don't let me keep you. Buy your supplies and souvenirs while you still can. When you finished, make haste to the docks. Pier number 2 to be precise. They'll be waiting for you there. Speak with Tataru. She was just here. You're already at the dock? Seems so I need to go to the hostelry. First to arrive as always. Hopefully the others will not be far behind.
Ah, there you are. All packed and ready to go?
To the best of my knowledge, yes. Apologies for the wait. The task of tying up loose ends invariably takes longer than one allows. Happily, however, all now seems to be in order.
Then there's nothing left to do but to board the ship. Do try and enjoy the journey, won't you? It may be your last chance to rest for a while.
That would depend on the good captain's choice of route.
As ever, Tataru, I pray you take all due precautions while making your inquiries. Better to avoid the local authorities altogether than risk a repeat of our Ishgardian episode.
And what sordid episode is this, pray tell?
Ooh.
Naught to speak of, I assure you.
You there! Hold that ship!
It's Hien. He's like, you guys are gonna take off?
What are you two doing here? Shouldn't you be in Doma?
Shouldn't you? You left with nary a word. I half wondered if I had done something to offend.
Upon learning that you had departed for Kugane, we immediately resolved to give chase. Our comrades can manage affairs in our absence, and it seemed the least we could do.
You mean you came all this way just to say goodbye?
You should have said goodbye before you left.
Aye, but there was something else I felt I had to say. You helped us win our freedom, and for that I cannot thank you enough. Accordingly, after we have established an interim government and so forth, I think it only meet that we repay the favor by dispatching our own forces to Eorzea. If you would have us.
Well, can't you not defend your homeland without it? What?
We harbored no expectations of such generous aid.
Exactly.
As there is no telling when the Empire might strike back at you, would it not be wiser to concentrate your resources on the defense of Doma?
I had a mind to pursue a more aggressive defense, to which we will send forth shinobi to provinces far and wide to spread word of our victory, that we might inspire others to take up arms as we did. Even the Empire has its limits. If the Garleans cannot be certain where and when the next rebellion will take place, how can they commit another force to Doma? And besides, so long as this debt remains unpaid, how am I to face myself and Gorsetzer?
As you wish. I will relay your offer to the Eorzean Alliance.
All of Doma is counting on you to finish what we have started. You have it in you, Lys, to Seize the future you want. Never forget.
I won't, Hien. Not your words or anything else. Everything that led us here, that will drive us forward, I'll carry it with me always. And that's a promise.
I will hold you to that. Go with them to Eorzea. Tell their people of our triumph and of our pledge to stand with them.
By your leave, I shall pave the way for our new alliance.
Oh, but we only had room for 4 on the boat.
Hurry up, you lot! The ship's about to weigh anchor!
We couldn't wait too much longer.
It seems our time is at an end. Go well, my friends. And may we meet again beneath a western sky.
Meanwhile, in the royal palace of Alamigo.
I always knew that woman was unfit for command. Aye, when you think of all the resources we poured into that hole, and for what?
Beast yet lives. Mayhap it is time I sharpen my claws. I wonder, will you walk into my parlor once more?
For Dolorem Lupus, come at the command of the Lord Viceroy to present the prisoner taken by Cranie Lupi.
They caught Cryo.
Xenosier Galvus, I presume. It's true what they say. You do have the eyes of a monster. A ravenous, insatiable fiend.
You, give the butcher your weapon.
Yes, my lord.
My lord, this is...
A reward given in recognition of your service. I trust it will prove more capable than its former owner.
Dang.
I swear, I'll not disappoint you, my lord.
Good. Now, silence that mewling little piglet. I would not hear another sound pass her lips. Until I strip the fat from her.
So on both sides, we need to take down someone who's been given power in order to subjugate their own people. Yatsuyu and now Fordell. We're probably going to have to take her down too eventually. They saved me 1,000 gil. Back in Eorzea at last, ready to pick up where we left off and finish the fight. We're not who we were when we left, we're stronger and wiser. Let's do it. Let's get back to Alamigo and defeat Xenos once and for all. They probably got a new title too. Here we are home at last. I must say the journey passed more quickly than I had expected. That would be due to the absence of otherworldly interference, I expect. Huh. I should be glad if we did not speak of that unpleasantness again. But in spite of all that and more, we returned better for the experience, and more importantly, triumphant. Indeed, and with Doma freed of Imperial oppression, it is only right that we turn our thoughts to the plight of Alamigo. Well, I'm all for that, obviously, but I think we should go and see the refugees at Revenant's Toll before doing anything else. They'll be thrilled to hear what we've accomplished, and it'd sound best coming from you. Thank you. I shall do as you suggest. I see I'm not too late. Admiral, what are you doing here? The East Autonaut Trading Company informed me of your impending arrival. I have tidings I thought best to share with you in person. From Giribania? Aye, the Alliance still holds the wall, despite several Imperial counterattacks, but we have been unable to press further into occupied territory. Commander Kemp and his men, meanwhile, have made great strides toward rebuilding their depleted ranks. They've even taken it upon themselves to attempt some few operations, with mixed results, I'm sorry to say. There was a complication arising from one such venture, which moved me to seek you out. Okay, what is it? During a mission to transport wounded resistance fighters to the Rising Stones, Kryle Baldesian was taken prisoner. Kryle, do they know where she is being held? You do not, but your comrades were informed at once, and I am told Thancred is in Giribania looking for her as we speak. How could this have happened? We must seek out Thancred without delay. Nay, Kryle taught me better than that. It would be unwise to act without first acquiring a full understanding of the situation. Thank you for informing us. Tired though we may be, we must make haste to Castrum Oriens. Pray excuse us, Admiral, Lady Ugiri. And now we're running. Alright, so let's head over to Castrum Oriens. Even on the same continent, it's still 800 gil to get there. Oh. Blue quest? What does this one do? I think I looked this one up before too. Alright, yeah, this one was to unlock the Beast Tribe. Different way of doing it, that's fine. Yeah, I can't fly here yet. I hadn't even gotten to like the other half of this particular map. Alright. There you are. You have heard the news? In broad strokes from Admiral Blifiswin, what happened? Ryle and a squadron of resistance fighters were escorting Y'shtola and several other wounded to the Rising Stones for further treatment when they were ambushed by Imperial forces. Ironvald and his men fought valiantly, but in the chaos. I'll make no excuses. We failed to protect her. Don't be so hard on yourself. You protected Y'shtola and the others, did you not? Tell us about the attack. It was the skulls. They knew a path across the wall we hadn't found. We thought we were safe once we reached the Black Shroud. We weren't expecting an ambush. During the fighting, I caught a glimpse of their leader's memories. It was all planned. The advantage of having a walker in the field. I'm not as strong in the Echo as Malcazar is, of course. Half the time it's enough to knock me on my arse, but I've taken a dose of concentrated ether. So you walked in Fordolo's memories. What did you see? The woman promised the world education, training, citizenship, all that and more if she but sold her soul. A traitor to her people, a pretender to her masters. It was Xenos himself that gave the order, told her to return with Kral Valdesian, alive. Our agents have been carefully monitoring Imperial communications since the attack, but we have yet to intercept any transmissions making reference to Kral or her current whereabouts. If the orders were to bring Kral back alive, we can save her if we move quickly enough. As you say, time is of the essence, which is why I intend to slip past enemy lines and see what information I can uncover on my own. In the meantime, it is up to you and your allies to command the Imperial's undivided attention. Lots of shouting and explosions and so forth. Keep them distracted, and I will find her. Very well. I wish I could do more to aid you, but I understand. General Kemp is on his way to the Castrum as we speak for a meeting with General Aldean. If you hurry, you can find him on the road and discuss the situation beforehand. I think Malcazar and I are going to go see Conrad like he suggested. You all wait here. Nope. Oops. Well, isn't this a pleasant surprise? It fills my heart with joy to see you two hale and healthy. Welcome home, Lisa Malcazar. I'm sure you've heard about Kral by now. That's why we're here. I'm still not sure what to think of it, but we'll save her. We'll definitely save her somehow. I have no doubt that you will. You look stronger for your time at the Far East, lass, and that's good news for Kral. I'd like to think so. But enough about me. How's everything with you and the Resistance? Better than we last saw us, and no mistake. Arnvald's been a godsend. Him and Monago and all the other young bloods have achieved so much in such a short time. We've been blessed to receive the support of the Flames Alamegan Brigade, who have been instrumental in freeing our countrymen from labor camps throughout Garabania, as well as some political prisoners from the city proper, believe it or not. Together with the refugees returning from Ul'dah and elsewhere, we've had no shortage of able-bodied men and women eager to join the cause. I knew you wouldn't stop fighting, even after what happened at the Reach. Force of habit, I suppose. Though we've come a long way, we've still far to go. We'll fight for every ilm, and sooner or later, we'll get to Alamigo. But let's be prattling on when we should be making haste to Castrum Oriens. There is no point you telling me everything now, when you'll have only to say it all again for the Driflame General's benefit. You're right. I'll go on ahead and tell the others that you're not far off. Why do we meet him out here anyway? Could have just met him here. That's kind of silly. You have spoken to Thancred then? Good. Take heart. If anyone can track her down, it's him. I believe I hear Commander Kemp's party approaching. If you're ready to address Father and the others, let us be about it. There you are, and there's Commander Kemp, I see. I know you were eager to speak of our next move, but we would first hear more of your last. Tell us of your deeds in Doma.
Pray, join me in welcoming our Scion allies, but recently returned from their mission to the Far East. We have been most eager to hear a first-hand account of your time there, eventful as we understand it was.
Very well. Allow me.
Explain, explain. Explain, explain, explain.
Such victories are rarely won without sacrifice, but the prize is worth the price. Doma, free after all these years.
Bloody hells. Flooding their own castle for a better chance at victory. We could learn a thing or two from that lad.
Our agents report a flurry of communications between Garlemald and Alamigo in recent days. 'Tis plain they are in the midst of deliberating their response to the Doman uprising.
Good. Every Imperial unit in occupied territory will be on the lookout for civil unrest. The fear of leaving critical locations undefended will make commanders think twice about committing their forces, giving us a chance to seize the initiative.
We have a chance, aye. Mayhap the last one we're ever going to get. While we've done our best to rebuild the resistance, the Imperials have only increased their efforts to root out sympathizers. If we keep on playing for smaller prizes, it's only a matter of time before they crush us again. And that we won't come back from.
A swift advance seems best for all concerned.
It's me.
Not least poor Mistress Kryl.
Then let us waste no more time. The campaign for Alamigan liberation begins now. Our first objective will be to capture Castellum Valadina. Take the bridge, and the whole of the fringes will be ours. From there, we can push east towards the peaks. I name this operation Rulga's Beacon. For as Rulga once sent his star to guide our ancestors to these lands, so too shall it see us home.
Yeah. The success of this operation is paramount. So long as the Empire holds Castellum Valadina, main host cannot advance. Xenos knows this, which is why he has ordered Fordola and her men to see to the bridge's defense. So we'll get to fight the skulls again. Victor is not to be underestimated. She is decisive, ruthless, and feared by foes and friends alike. But we have a plan to defeat her. First, we send an alliance force down the main road, signaling our intention to mount an all-out assault. The garrison will muster their forces and prepare for a protracted battle. However, they'll soon find that we are ill-prepared for their counterattack. Our men will begin to break ranks and flee. I see. Throw them your backs and give them a target too tempting not to pursue. Aye, Fordola is too aggressive not to press the advantage. She will order her men to give chase. We lure them out as far as East End, where the commanders will rally their forces and attempt to hold their ground. If all goes to plan, we'll be able to keep the greater part of the garrison unoccupied. Leaving us to tackle the bridge's remaining defenders. Very clever, I'm sure. But what are we to do if the Imperials smell a rat and return before we've taken the place? You don't need to take Valadina back out of camp. All I need is for you to fly your flag from its tower. You need to trick them into believing that the bridge has fallen. Aye. We convince them Valadina is lost, hit them hard with our reinforcements, and watch them go running for the hills. Then, when the dust is settled, we regroup at the Castellum. What say you? It's a bold plan, but a good one. We'll do it. In that case, we shall support both the Resistance and the Alliance forces. Malchezair, Lys, Ironvald, I ask that you accompany Commander Kemp. Alize and I will return with the Flame General. We will return to Valgyr's Reach and make our preparations. As soon as they are complete, we will join you in the field. Godspeed. Oh, excuse me. It's getting late. I'm in Valgyr's Reach now. Thanks for the teleport. At least I get a mountain here. Excuse me. In case you haven't noticed, the flag flying above Valadina is bloody massive. It'd take a dozen minutes to change it, and far too long besides. Well, there's need for all that, right, Monago? Not so long as I have my griffin and a satchel of glamour prisms, no. Ironvald, you're in charge of the runners between us and the Alliance. No link pearls. At least I want you to look on the squadrons. Make sure they've got everything they need. Everybody clear? Aye, sir. All forces are to depart for Castum Corvi when ready. That will be all. Malchezair, stay with me a moment, if you would. Hard time reading. There's a few men I'd like you to look in on personally. Each of them has lost people, and I can tell that it weighs on their hearts. There have been a lot of new faces since last you were here, so it's best if I just tell you where to look. One's an officer you'll find in the barber, another's an older fellow who likes to pass the time on the shore of Starfall. The last is a fiery young lad from a little Alamigo, whom I told trains by himself by the river to the fringes. You'll know them when you see them. Come and find me when you've finished. There was a little bit of Final Fantasy VI to that. Wait, I know you. Sergeant Earthbiter of the Maelstrom. It's an honor to meet you. I was living hand to mouth in Ul'dah, but decided to listen to the flames after I heard tales of your daring do. And now, so you'd have it, I've been sent here to join the fight for my homeland's liberation. But this is no time to talk. I've got to prepare for the operation. Take care, Sergeant. We'll give those Imperial Horsens what for. I say, if it isn't the lad who helped me find the ward I misplaced. But there I go, treating you as an equal. It wasn't until after you'd gone through gone that one of my comrades pulled me aside and told me he was only the bleeding hero of Eorzea who had taken time out of his busy day to help me. Well, what is done is done, but know that I will fight with every ounce of my strength in this coming battle, and the next and the next. Mayhap that will serve to repay the favor. Fare you well. Alcazar, am I right? I doubt you remember me, but I'll never forget you. You saved my life a little Alamigo, you did. Wilrid and the rest of us got in our heads that if we had enough crystals, we could summon Ralgr like the Immortal summon their god. Thankfully, you put a stop to it. Ever hear about what happened to Wilrid? Joined the Braves when they came calling, only to turn up dead one day. Never found out how or why, but I reckon it doesn't matter. Dead's dead after all. At least he died doing what he thought was right. Maybe that's the best folks like us can hope for, eh? Not that I'm in a hurry, mind. Come back to the giant tent. It doesn't protect us from anything except for the sun. Come on, I'm clicking on him. Hey. You had a word with the men I mentioned then? As I'm sure you noticed, they have another thing in common besides from tragedy. You've touched each of their lives in one way or another. That's not the reason I wanted you to speak to them. A man who lived in Garabania his entire life, who bore witness to the realities of the occupation, 20 unbroken years. A man who fled Alamigo in search of a new life, a sort of servant of the nation, only for fate at a youth born in a foreign soil who never knew his parents' homeland, yet nevertheless felt kinship with our cause. Dang, I didn't know it changed earlier. 3 men, 3 stories, 3 reasons. Yet all belong to the resistance. In growing larger, we've grown more diverse, and while there is good in that, there's also the potential for strife and discord. I'd take a special sort to lead such men to Alamigo, don't you think? Someone like Lise, you mean? I see we're of one mind. She'll have to make the decision for herself, of course. You've traveled with her, been by her side when she's had to make hard choices. You've seen her at her worst and her best. If you think she's got it in her, then she does. Look after her, Malcazar. She's our future, and my hope. I trust I didn't say this in conversation just between you and me. Good. Right then, we best head to the Castle Corvi, or what remains of it, rather. No flying socks. We'll be able to just go straight. I'll join in this fate. Let's get a little bit of experience while I'm running around. All right. Alright, Conrad, let's do this. We'll lead the way while the other units launch their own separate attacks. Remember that we need to hold out until Monago sees to the flag. Get your gear in order? Any moment now. Oh, it froze for a second. Everything needs to stop freezing.
It's begun then.
Good. It's the waiting that drives me mad. Standing around, knowing what's to come. I'll never get used to it.
Calm down, Nago. You're making her nervous. We've come this far, haven't we? We just need to make it the rest of the way.
Right.
Looks like the bastards went for the bait. The bridge is ours for the taking. Now remember, Monago, I want you to make for the tower as soon as you see an opening and get that flag flying. We'll see to the fighting.
I won't let you down, sir.
Come then. Rolga's star shall burn bright this day.
Quickly now, we've got to reach Valadita before General Aldin and his men are overwhelmed. Scouts dead ahead. If they see us, they'll warn the others. Not if we kill them first.
Here it comes!
That's the last of them. Let's keep moving. No sign of sentries. General Aldin must have his hands full. Let's seize the bridge and be done with it. Left the token force behind. Nothing we can't handle. I'm gonna destroy the cannons. Fire at will. Kill every last one of the savages. cannons. We could use those to fire a Nago. Not if I have anything to say about it. They don't really have a flank. It's just one big circle. Well, that's the less of the cannons. It should be safe for Nago now. Think you're clever with your little tricks? Think again. None of you are leaving here alive. You may have survived the Reach hero, but it is this time you won't be so lucky. He's immune to slow. Okay. This bridge belongs to the Empire. I'm not about to give it up. Hero or not, you'll die just like the rest. This is my bridge. You are not taking this from me. There we go. Yeah? I was trying to get her in position so if she'd knock me back, I could get on the other side of her. Naga made it. We've only got to hold on a little longer. Thanks, Lise. Give it a surprise of what's going on. Play my plays. Someone's got to do it.
God damn you! No more running! No more hiding! Let's finish this! Look! The flag!
big that flag is.
The bridge is ours! Al amigo! Al amigo! Al amigo! Yeah!
Beetlejuice.
Stand your ground! It's not over yet! Damn it!
As she leaves.
Let them go, Lise. We've done what we came here to do. That's enough for now.
Dang. Our guys are just getting wrecked. Dang. Even without an arm, he's still the best.
Villadina is falling? Impossible.
We have them on the run! Forward! No mercy!
Regroup! Regroup! We have to regroup! All units, fall back!
Commander, the 4th cohort has been routed. We'll be at the mercy of the enemy's reinforcements if we don't fall back now.
Idiot! We have the stronger force by far. Don't be taken in by their tricks. Or would you rather tell Xenos you lost to this rabble?
No, but if the snakes betray us in the confusion, we'll have no way out. I'm begging you, Commander. Give the order, or we'll all die here.
As common traitors who drank of muddied waters. For all the good it did us. Skulls with me! The day is theirs, and so is this bastard bridge. Someone bring the snake.
The snake. Do they have one of them prisoner?
I suppose. It's our first victory, isn't it? And that has to be worth something.
Load, load, load. It's a shame Fordul got away, but we did what we came here to do. I have to remind myself it's just the first step, but it's a big one. We're going to take it back, all of it, one ilm at a time if we have to. There's still a chance that some Imperials are holed up inside the Castellum. We'll need to search top to bottom to make sure it's safe. In the meantime, I want you to rendezvous with the main host. Keep your weapons at the ready. There's a chance you might come face to face with the soldiers on the run en route. On second thought, it might be prudent for you to go to a preemptive sweep of the region for soldiers that have gone to ground. We shouldn't afford them any time to regroup and launch a counterattack. When you've judged your work be done, report to General Alden at Bittermill. So I have to go search for... Can't just go talk to him. Nope. Gotta do stuff. I'm like 10 levels above you and you're still aggroing to me? I don't believe it. Tried to be clever, it didn't work out. He's a gunbreaker, and I took aggro off him. He's probably not even running with his aggro buff. Rauban. Well met. All's well at the bridge? Good, good. The fighting has died down here too, as you can see. They've been left but a moment ago with a contingent of troops to occupy Villadina. If and when the troop Imperial return, they'll find us dug in behind their own walls. I cannot have hoped for a better outcome, General. Splendidly done. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. It'll take more than one Castellum to return the tide. My men and I will deal with the remaining forces. Scions, I bid you return to Commander Kemp and his men. Delight not overmuch in victory, not when there are battles left to fight. Our work here is finished. Our resistance allies are waiting. Back to Walker's Reach. You're gonna is it going to teleport for me, or do I have to do it again manually? Actually, it looks like he's over at the bridge. Oh, I guess he is. Makes perfect sense, because he went to battle with us, so he'll be back at Walker's Reach. That giant robot that's all busted up over there. Aunt Leon's. I think I've said it before, when I played Final Fantasy IV for the first time, I'd run into the Antlion boss. I didn't know how to pronounce the name. I called it the Antlion for years. I don't know why I never made the connection. Back so soon? I suppose the General and his men have matters well in hand. The Vice Marshal and his men showed up not long after you left. The gods are good. There'll be no one left to fight. I know you're not one for waiting, but if you'll bear with us. Commander Kent, Marshal Terrapin reports that their sweep of the Castellum's interior has been completed. So it's over, finally over, eh? Pray extend to him my deepest thanks. It's official then. Castellum Villadina is well and truly ours. Mayhap this calls for... Wait, where's Monago? She took her bird and flew off toward the Peering Stones, the village of the M tribe where she was born. I doubt the Imperials who fled Villadina had in mind to give them trouble on their way back east, but she was nevertheless worried, so I gave her leave to go and see that her people were safe. Though I pray you are right, it would be best if Monago were not alone if she should encounter the enemy. Agreed, let's all go to the Peering Stones and make sure that everything is alright. If that is your wish, then I have no objection. Just let the guard know when you wish to cross. Neat. At least he teleported me there. Wish to pass? Yes, I do. Now I can start getting more Aether Currents. Aha, there's one right there. I'm going to go out of my way to get a couple of these. Be up here. Yep, see it. Grab this one too. Grab a bunch of things. Do it. Nick, stop getting caught on little rocks. There it is. Dumb. Look at him go. Alright. Now we'll get over there and do the story quest. That makes more sense. They're only 4 levels different. They should be able to see. The path to the village is through a tunnel just east of here. Follow me. That's not east. It's north. Let's have to go around here first, and then I find it, which was to where we were. Make a lot of noise over there. Dang. Aetherite, Chocobo Keep, then we'll talk to him. Talk to her, it's Monago. There we go. I came from the other side, but okay.
Ah, you've come. Welcome, friends, to my village. My home.
How fare your people?
Good, all things considered. Better than the Enanta at any rate. They've sent an emissary. I'll take you to her.
Well then, take us to her. Let's not stand here.
We're here to help. Will you tell us what happened?
Aye. It began with a quarrel between the Imperials and the Kaliana. The Kaliana are another Enanta tribe. The strongest and the most influential. Unlike the Vera, they want no part of our troubles. They swore fealty to the Empire, and were content to remain within their borders.
Just so. The Kaliana forsook their pride in the fight and yielded to Garlemald long ago. But then a new commander was sent to hold the Black Bridge. She demanded the Kaliana surrender a hostage, this butcher.
Fordola. It doesn't make sense, though. The Vera are the ones working with the Resistance. Why would she threaten the Kaliana?
Because she is ignorant like all Imperials. She knows not the difference between Kaliana and Vera, nor does she care to learn.
Just smacking my microphone over here. Sorry.
Fordola knew for sure was that the Resistance would come from the west. She reasoned, therefore, that if the Enanta on the east bank turned their coats, she would be trapped. I take it the Kaliana had no choice but to oblige her.
No, they did not. The Imperials left with the Kaliana broodmother's own daughter, Anamika. Long days and nights she looked out on the Black Bridge weeping for her child. Until you came. The broodmother knew at once which way the winds would blow. She and her warriors met with the fleeing Imperials in the road and demanded that her daughter be returned.
idea. Fordola's not the kind to take threats lying down.
You know her well. The butcher turned her blade to Anamika and bade the Kaliana move aside. But the brood mother would not yield.
I know where this is going.
The Kaliana surrounded the Imperials, one of whom, whether out of fear or stupidity, cut the child down. There was naught that could be done.
What madness.
The true madness was yet to come. For in her despair, the Kaliana broodmother cried out for her daughter to be restored to life. She beseeched Sri Lakshmi's intercession.
She summoned a primal then and there?
That she did, if only for an instant. Bereft of courage and honor, the broodmother sought solace in her faith. The Imperials fled in terror at the sight of the goddess, abandoning these lands to the Ananta. Now the Kaliana bid us make pilgrimage to pay proper respects. Yet though we Veera revere Sri Lakshmi as the holiest of the holy, we will not prostrate ourselves before her.
And so you turn to us?
Aye. All who have fought with the resistance have heard tell of the warrior, the icon slayer.
Yep. Look at my cape. That little nose gem looks like it might be annoying after a while.
I believe we have heard enough. Inconvenient though the timing may be, if a primal has indeed been summoned, we can scarce afford to ignore it. We must needs discuss how best to resolve this situation.
Excuse me. At the risk of sounding hopelessly naive, there may yet be a way to avoid a violent confrontation. In the past, I fear I've been rather too telling or too willing to accept that we have no other recourse than to risk our lives, or rather your life, to address these threats. Yet the primals we have faced thus far have demonstrated a variety of temperaments and objectives. Ravana may delight in battle, but Ramu would sooner keep the forest in his children, or keep to the forest in his children. Ere we decide to challenge Sri Lakshmi, it would seem wise to learn more of her nature from those who summoned her into this world. That is your will, then so be it. To the north you'll find our village. The Risa shall unfold all. We shall leave at once. Monago, can you inform our comrades at the bridge what happened? Of course. Be safe, my friends. I see a blue quest. Yeah, buddy. I can see if we can find this other aether current to the north. It might actually be in their little village. There it is. How the heck? Go around the other way, it seems. Yep. Really? Can't make it over that rock. Same. Yep, up in there. Last one. I think there's only one left in this zone. Yep. Plus a couple of these quests. So I'll turn on this quest, and then we'll be done for the evening. Perfect. All right, and with that, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. I will catch everyone next time, and peace out.